Test this. Okay, I'm on page 145, level 2 question, including set. I'm holding with me Ethan's worksheet. He made a common mistake that many of us will make too. I Right. Now I'm using this as an example because he's actually making a very common mistake that a lot of people will make for a question like that. Why? Because the first look at it, a lot of us might think that, hey, this angle here, this pizza slice here, angle LOT, looks like it's the same as LON. Looks like it's the same as NOQ with G. And then many of us knows here that POQ is a straight line. So this is given. So he wrote here 180 divided by 3 and then he thinks for the answer. Actually, it's a very mistake. It is wrong because it is not true. You assume so. Your eyes thinks that it is the same. But you cannot think so because you need to pay attention to the question. If the question did not specify so, then you cannot make assumptions. So, but there is a pair of angles that is the same. The pair of angles that stated the same is angle LOP and LON. They are in the other class. No. The pull-out class, I'm not very sure. This PR6. Min Chan. Oh wait, are you writing? So The pair of angles that are specified that are equal is angle LOP, this one, and LON here. So it is mentioned that these two angles are the same. But it did not say that G is the same as them. So you cannot assume so. Then how? Look at all the information that's provided and see how you can use them. The other line that is stated is LOM. So from this, I can figure out one by one, starting with these straight lines here. So the first property that I will use is sum of angles on a straight line. Is equals to 180 degrees. That is this line here. That will bring me to my first angle, angle LOP is equals to 180 degrees minus 118 degrees. Ethan, I'm helping you to do correction now. I hope you are looking at it rather than pressing something on the screen which you're not supposed to. Maybe I should return you the worksheet so you can do the corrections yourself. I'm back on this question. So I'm on LOM here, POQ here, and I said the first step is to use this straight line here to find the angle LOP. So the first rule was sum of angles on a straight line. This is the first property I used, the first rule. So I found angle LOP by using 180 degrees minus 118, which will be 62 degrees. So I can find this is 62. Then the rule says here, LOP is the same as LON. So you see, Ethan, this is already not 60, but it's very close to 60. Remember how accurate it was? Accuracy was important when we played the first game. We need to be very accurate for drawing angles. So we realize that these two angles are the same. So come to the next rule. It's also sum of angles on the straight line. But this time round, the straight line is POQ. Then I can get my answer already. Angle G equals to 180 degrees minus 62, and then another 62 because LON is also 62. Can you work out the rest? If you like, you can do addition first. That means these two angles add up together, give you 124. Then you subtract. Yes. Right? Yes, that's correct. Question. Ken? What's wrong? Skylar, what's wrong? Is everything okay? Okay. Why? Correct. Because I add them up so that I subtract later. Okay, you can subtract one after another, or you can add them up first, then you subtract together. The order operations, that is possible because this step will be 180 degrees minus 62 plus 62. This is what I meant. You can do double subtraction also can. So you see, Ethan, this is very close to 60 as well. So visually, your eyes look like they are the same. If you use a protractor and measure and you get 60, sorry, you'll not be marked correct. This is a question drawn based on properties. So it's testing you on properties. It's not testing you on measuring the angles. If let's say, you use a protractor, you measure and you did get 56, and you write down the answer, angle G is equals to 56, that will not give you the mark. You probably can get one answer mark though, but you will not get the full marks because you need the workings. Can you understand? So it's testing you on the properties, not on measuring. Next question. Now, I said that I want to do the hardest question first, which is on the last page, page 8. One of the hardest questions where there are overlapping angles. Here, I want to introduce to you. It's recorded, you can go back and check the recording. Okay? I still have many questions to go, so I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm recording this so you can go home and check it out. Oh, by the way, can I say something first? Page 145, I've recorded the video, so you can go home and catch it again if you missed it. Oh, yeah, Skylar. These two questions are on YouTube. So if just now you missed out what I said, is on YouTube as well. I already uploaded the videos. Question 2 on page 145. Okay? So you DIY this question your own. These are not the most difficult question. Leah, are you doing the writing? You have been absent for a few days, you'll be missing out classes. Your table should have space for writing. Make sure you have space for writing. Now, I'm at page, you notice that you see at page 148, and then at this page here, you can see that like 3, 4 lines here. This shows the, even though there is only one straight line, but there's so many possible overlaps. So these are the ones that are challenging. So now that since I'm on this page, I will show you on page 147, question 6. So I bought this transparent post-its. If you feel like you need them later to help you with your work, you can come and get from me. I bought a few packs. So you can take like 10 pieces from me also can. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, like for example, I take a slip here and I put it over the flat. Now the first one is this is a straight line. So most of the properties here for this question will be sum of angles on a straight line. But it's confusing because there are overlaps here and there. Like for example, the first one, POS. POS. That's the first one. It says here, I'm writing on my imaginary post-it, transparent post-it. Now you see it, now you don't. And I can lift up. See? P is POS. And I paste it back. This POS. And then I have QOR. Take another post-it here. Putting down here. QOR. You realize there's an overlap. See, I use my transparent post-it. This to you see. So I literally lift up the angle and eliminated the lines. So you see, this is overlap with this. This one's 120. This one's 140. Then the last angle we're supposed to find is ROS. Is what? How do you get that? Then you realize that ROS is this. This one here, that looks like this. Now, then you ask me, then is the exam can bring this post-it in or not? Sorry, you cannot. Then how? Then my answer is, please use a highlighter. At least the highlighter can help you to pick up. So you realize that ROS, right? ROS here is one part of ROQ. It was a part of it. It was a part of it. If I take 180 minus 140, I get one part here, which is 40. That's not the answer. If I take 180 minus 120, I get 60 here. Is this the answer for ROS? Also not. Then how? I need this angle, which is one part of here, and the same time also one part of here. Now, the question is, can you see where's the 60 degrees? Can you see the 60 degrees here? Can you see where the 60 degrees is in ROS? It's over here. Okay? So let's say I take the first one, SOQ. Angle SOQ. SOQ. That is here. Q. This is equals to 180 degrees minus 120 degrees, that's 60 degrees. Then I take ROQ, which was the part here, here. I minus away the 60 that was here. Angle ROS, it will be equals to angle Q, ROQ. ROQ or QOR minus the 60 degrees. Can you see? It's like a part whole relationship. I take this, I chop away the 60 degrees. So 140 degrees minus 60 degrees will be 80 degrees. That's it. Yes? Is that how you explain? You need to do working. If you don't have working, you won't get a mark. If you get it right, you probably get one answer mark. But this question can go up to 3 marks. That's why I asked you, can you explain it? If you can explain it right, then you'll get a better mark. For sure, because you know what you're doing. If you cannot explain it, then the marker will think you're guessing. In the same way, the other method, sorry. You see now? The other method is I use this side and I chop away part of it to give me the ROS. Check alternative method 2. See whether it's the same answer. So you realize the angle POR is equals to 180 minus 140, which is 40 degrees. So I chop away the 40 degrees here. Angle ROS is equals to 120 degrees minus 40 degrees is also 80 degrees. Same answer. So this is method 1. This is method 2. Essentially, you need to be able to tell that this angle ROS here is a part of something. Part of POS and also part of ROQ. So you use a part relationship. Minus the, remember how we use the pizza slices? So you need to see where the pizza slices subtract from each other. So these are the two methods. So I'm hoping that you can see better by how I use these post-its and lifting up the lines. Put them together, they all overlap. I remove them one by one so you see the separate angles. But in exam time, don't have this transparent post-it. So how to see? Highlighter. That's why I keep telling you, start with the highlighter. Okay, next question. I need to complete at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more questions. So then I can finish. If only you have done your homework, that won't be so sad. Okay, I'm going on to the next question. The next question, let's do an easier one for a break. Then we do a harder one. Easier, harder, easier, harder. Let's go with question 5. Question 5 and question 8 are the same. Okay? Question 8 here is about the same as question 5. So if you can do question 5, you can do question 8 as well. The ideas are very similar. Okay? So at question 5 here, we have AOB is a straight line. Okay? Then you have two angles that are same. AOE and AOC. AOE is here, and then AOC is here. So these two angles are the same. Now you're tasked to find BOB, which is this one here. Looking at the letter O. Now again, I must say this. Your eyes may think that BOE is the same as BOC because visually they may look like it, but you cannot assume so. You need to do some calculations to make sure you are right. For example, the first that I use is sum of angles on a straight line, because that's a straight line given. From here, I can tell that angle AOE will be equals to 60 degrees. Yeah, not difficult, right? I said this is going to be easier. So because you already know that this is equals to AOC, here's also 60 degrees. Now, Ethan had a shortcut. What did your shortcut? What do you do for a shortcut? And I marked it correct. What do you do for a shortcut? Yeah, you didn't do much, and that was correct. You found a shortcut. What was the shortcut? Can you say it loudly? Very good. Ethan just used 120 minus 90 and he got the answer. How come he was able to do that? It was a shortcut. Because COD is a right angle, yes? He didn't even find 60 degrees here. But that was a risky assumption. But this assumption is all right because it was already given to you here, that these two angles are the same. Because he recognized that these two angles are the same, he was able to see that these opposites, that here, B, O, E, he realized that this line, this angle here, right, BOE, he realized that this angle is exactly the same one as here, BOC. Because AOB is a straight line, AOE is equal to AOC, he discovered that this angle BOE is going to be exactly the same as BOC. See? Can you see how I flipped it over? So with that, I can find angle BOD by simply using 120 degrees minus 90 degrees. And that gave me 30 degrees. That's the shortcut. The long working will be 180 minus 60 minus 90 and again. Yeah. But there's a shortcut. So if you ask me, I will try to go for the shortest way possible because it saves me time to check. However, if I'm not careful, I may just lose a mark. Because there's this other step that can help me. So this is a slightly easier question, right? So this question, question 5, is the same as question 8. Ethan, if you can do this question, question 5, you should be able to do question 8. Can you try question 8 on your own? It's similar to question 5. Say now, you want to do an easier question or a harder question? Harder, huh? Sure, huh? Okay. Then the harder question one is question 7. Now, angles do not only exist on lines, they exist on shapes, such as squares, triangles, rectangles, circles. You will learn when you are in secondary school, angles in circles. It sounds totally impossible, like you're talking about a ball in its angles. Now, so here, ABCD is a square. Angle ACB is 45 degrees, which is here. And then ECF is 24. The only straight line given is ACE. Then you have to find X and Y. Oh, some of our friends are very excited. I'm done. Now, some of us may love this chapter more than other chapters because there's simply no lengthy word problems. Right? It's just one question, one picture, and you do it. If you are good with art and you're good with your eyes and you understand properties well, you probably love this chapter very much. But if you're a person who reads storybooks a lot of storybooks and you read well, but Kaisha, I think you got a good advantage because you read a lot of storybooks at the same time you're good at art. So maybe you'll like this chapter as well. Okay, but I'm only worried that you get distracted, you're not focused on task. Now, some of us are not so good with visualization skills. Like your art's not so good. So when I say certain line, certain line, certain angle, certain angle, you get confused easily. So we go with the first one. I think the easier one is it X or Y? I think the easier one is Y. X also easier. Then good for you. I think Y is easier. Y is straightforward. You can see Y already by using the straight line. So the first property I will use is sum of angles on the straight line. That's cool, Kashin. I really feel like you're getting more and more confidence in your maths. You're on the roll. So angle Y would be 180 degrees minus 45 degrees because of the angle on the straight line. So that's 35 degrees. 135, sorry. Then find X. Now there's a missing angle, missing information that's not given. And you need that to help solve X. That's the square. ABCD is a square. The square gives us a clue. What is the angle BCD? Right angle, very good. So it's 90 degrees. With that, I would know that this angle is also 45 degrees. It cuts across the square from one corner to the other corner, splitting that right angle into 45 degrees, two triangles. So because angle ACD is also a 45 degree, I can find angle X equals to 180 degrees minus 45 degrees minus 24 degrees. Okay, is it really hard? You realize that some of your friends are like, hey, okay, actually not that hard. I already got it. So the answer is what? 111, that's right. Kashin, you're on the roll. Very good. Okay. I think we can do about one more. The rest and then the rest is you're on your own. This is week 2, right? You really need to start on with triangles. Okay. Then so question 8 is similar to question 5. We try to do it, okay? There's a bit of an overlap. Okay, now next, go back towards the 3 questions left. Have you completed 144? I think 144 is not that hard. Uh, I really feel that one of the things that you need to work on is making sure of your work presentation. Like, Ethan, may I borrow your worksheet again? Like, even though you're like getting it correct, your presentation needs to improve because you didn't right angle. Why? I just did it, right? This is not acceptable. Why? Okay, now I repeat again. The presentation is important. So I am saying this again. When you're writing like this, what does BOD supposed to mean? It will mean a line doesn't stand for an angle. You must have the angle symbol. So likewise, even though I mark correct for his answers here, the presentation is problem here because you cannot be writing P bracket, Q bracket. These are not bullet points. So what you need to do is actually to write angle R equals to 90 degrees minus 36 degrees. That's equals to 54 degrees. That's how it should be presented. Are we on the same question? Yes. So even though I mark it correct here, but this is actually this how you should be presenting it. In the exam time, it has to be written like that. Now, if you've got this, am I going too fast? This is question 3. Okay, that is maybe Janesha, why 90 minus 36? I wrote here angle R is equals to 90 degrees minus 36. Okay. And that's 54 degrees. Because here there's a right angle. So two right angles meet a straight line. Now, P is quick. What property is P using? Yes, very good. COD. So P is easy. P is 36 degrees. That's one mark for this because this is vertically opposite angles are equal. You realize the Q becomes easy too, right? Because you could find this. That's 180 degrees minus 36 degrees. That's sum of angles on a straight line. Is that okay? So I see the right angle here for R. See the straight line here for Q. See the vertically opposite angle for P. Is that okay? Can? Shall we stop here? No? Then you work on the rest of your book. Give it a try. I think I went through almost all the most difficult ones already. Yeah, I think I went through almost of all the difficult ones. You give the rest of the questions a try. The questions on page 144 are not that hard. Okay? The lines are quite clear. Nothing is overlapping. So just remember the properties. Angles at the point, angles on the straight line, and vertically opposite angles. Okay? Which one you don't understand? Jaren, you're saying the square one you can understand. Question 6? Yeah. This one is really can be very hard. Okay, I've recorded this. If you really have trouble catching up on something, you go back and catch up on the video, okay? Try to do the rest on your own. You can pack up your things and ready, get ready for a mother tongue lesson. Okay?